Turkey's takeover tickles terribly 10 years too tardy. Put a lot of T's on you, didn't it? Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, all that Kudamula at the beginning, that was just Turkey Al-Sheez. You know, he's kind of taking over boxing. We know that for a while, and I've been telling you what's going to happen to Turkey Al-Sheez. He's going to be banned in the USA. He'll be banned in the USA. He'll be. Yeah, I've been telling you straight up. Listen, let me just make sure this is clear. Just straight up so you can turn the damn video off, because you know I don't give a damn. Bottom line is this. A non-racist guy with a whole lot of money that loves boxing is the enemy of the state in America. Enemy of the state. They're not going to like him. You know, I've told you America likes to designate guys that are not of color to be the best, right? And Turkey Al-Sheez does stuff that irks them, like call Terrence Crawford a legend, like being down with Devin Haney. You know, you just don't do those things. You don't call the black fighters legends, you know, openly. Not in America. America's New Russia. What did I tell you about? I've been calling that about, what, 3 years? New Russia? Do you guys getting the point now? Are you waking the hell up? A little bit too late, but whatever. You get with it when something happens to you. Bottom line is this. You know, your boy Turkey Al-Sheez is taking over, and he's doing good things. You know, he's trying to get one champion per division, right? Forcing people to fight the best fighters. So you know, the ones that are not into it, the ones that we call face of boxing, the ones that we call the best, that are spoiled, that don't have to fight people, that don't have to fight their mandatories, that don't have to do this and don't have to do that, but still be heralded as best, they won't like these things. It's a new age. Turkey Al-Sheez did some kind of deal with your boy Dana White from UFC, and they're trying to get a little league. And I'm going to just call it, remember I said it, it's going to become the Premier League of boxing. And it's really simple. The best fighters are going to be in the Premier League of boxing, fighting the best against the best. There will still be the other league, you know, and people getting relegated from the best of the best to go into the other league where people are still fighting, being popular, and just still trying to fight. You know, these sanctioned bodies are going to be getting nervous because they can't do what they want to do because they're trying to have one single belt. One guy who's the best in every division. Like it should be, because there's 17 damn divisions. It's going to be a lot of outrage about this amongst those people who have been used to doing what they've been doing. But you've lost the fans. There's too many people that see that you're just corrupt. All you have to do is just let the best fight the best, right? Stop putting great fighters on the back burner and not allowing them to fight. Holding back legacy from fighters like a David Morrell, a David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, and others. Right? Not giving them an opportunity, making up crappy things to stop people from getting championship fights and getting known. All of that stuff. No. Your day has come. Now you're going to have to deal with the consequences. But they will be outraged. There will be people against it because, hey, in America, racism trumps, pun intended, everything else. Let me give you an example. Right? Canelo Alvarez came out, because, he's about to fight William Skull, which I told you, that's going to happen. I'm still not sold on him fighting Terrence Crawford in September. That's just me. I've seen him do this before. Sign a deal, fight the easy ones, and when they tell him he's got to fight somebody kind of hard, then it's not happening. But at least Canelo has come out today and said that his fight with Terrence Crawford might sell more than his fight did with Floyd Mayweather. Who cares? I don't care how much Terrence Crawford sells. Right? I really don't, right? Because it doesn't matter. He's a black, awesome fighter that's not selling in America. Floyd Mayweather was just smart enough to make him hate him enough to where, we come to see you lose. That was smart, but everybody else, Terrence Crawford is awesome. And he's, they know that he's probably not going to lose to nobody. That's nothing to go see. We go to see BTBG, beat the black guy, right? If the black guy's head is not possible to get bashed in, then we're not interested. So let's stop acting like he's a cash cow or not. Of course he's not. I don't even expect it. But let's go look at an article from the Fox News of boxing, Boxing News 24 and 24/7. It's hilarious to me how they turn stuff around. It's hilarious. I haven't seen them say anything positive about a black guy. If you guys do, it'll be good. Send it to me or something. Just tell me about it in the comment section. Boxing News 24 or 24/7, something positive about a black fighter. And don't get it twisted when they're trying to down another one to mention another black fighter. That's not what I'm saying. Just a positive article about a black fighter. You'd be hard pressed. You see Bigfoot before that happens. But anyway, Canelo Alvarez has said that his fight against Terence Crawford might sell. Listen, let me read a little bit. Let's just go through it together. I've read it once, and let's try to read it again. All right. Canelo Alvarez predicts his possible fight against Terence Crawford in September will produce more pay-per-view buys than his mega clash against then superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2013. That fight brought in 2.2 million pay-per-view buys on Showtime. Unified super middleweight champion Alvarez fight against the 40-ish Crawford, 41-0 with 31 KOs, is being talked about being shown on Netflix as part of TKO boxing. Unfortunately, that doesn't sound reality-based. Crawford is not a popular fighter among non-hardcore boxing fans. Bigger than Floyd? Question mark. While Turki likes Bud Crawford and enjoys his defensive counterpunching style, U.S. fans have never been excited about his career. They have not shown interest in his career like they have with fighters with more entertaining styles such as Errol Spence before his car crash, Canelo, David Benavidez, and Gervonta Davis. Now, they just called Crawford a counterpunching style, a defensive counter-punching style. That's what we call it, Crawford, with all those defensive counter-punching style with 9 knockouts of people who were bigger than him. You understand? He went to welterweight, he was smaller, and to knock out all 9 welterweight fighters, they called it a defensive counter-punching style. And Canelo's is more entertaining than his. Are you kidding me? This is how they roll, though. I love it because it just shows you, man, you got to have a lot of hate to be just saying stuff like that. Turkey has picked the wrong fighter to hitch his wagon around because U.S. fans aren't excited about Crawford. They don't like the idea behind 40-year-old moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo for his 160-pound titles. That's a gimmick fight. The Omaha, Nebraska native Crawford lacks the exciting style and charisma to be a huge pay-per-view draw for a fight against Canelo. He's made no effort to increase his popularity on social media the way other fighters do, and it's too late now for him to start building in that area. So, just read that. He lacks an exciting style and charisma. Who's exciting? Munguia, Yildirim, Khan, Belanga. Who? Right? He's a 2-division undisputed star. Anyway, I'm going to put this in the comment section, in the description box. Man, I ain't reading all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They do go through Crawford's pay-per-view sales and his fights, and he's never had over 700,000, and that was with Errol Spence. Everything else is around the 200,000 with Amir Khan, 200,000 with Majimov. So he's not a pay-per-view star, but like I said, he's a black excellent fighter. People not Americans don't watch that. Period. It's just like they don't. So that's why he'll go to the Premier League, where when it's in the Premier League, the world can start watching. And black Americans, what have I been telling you for years? Why are you fighting in America? They don't like you. You get booed. I don't know why. The world does. The world appreciates your skills. Just America doesn't. It's New Russia. Get the hell out of there. Bottom line is this. Turki Adashi is good for boxing because it's a guy with a whole lot of money and he's not racist. So therefore, we will be seeing fights, whether you like it or not. The corrupt sanctioning bodies are going to be on edge here. And it's just good. We will be able to see fights. We could stop arguing about who's making what kind of money. They'll all be making money. They'll all be fighting each other. We'll know who the best is in the division. And then you guys will start seeing, the boxers now I'm talking to, that you don't have to win all your fights. Shoot, I like fighters that have lost 8 fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. The dude's trying. He's handling his business. And man, and it's nothing better than a comeback in sports, period. So these is what people are trying to do. Now, I've seen things that I thought was going to work, and then it made me realize what boxing fans are, like the WBSS tournaments. Where the top 6 to 8 in every division get together and fight, and it takes about a year and a half to find out who's the best. They have quarterfinals, semis, and then finals. That was perfect. But we didn't want to find out who was the best. And the best fighters are not going to get in those, except for that cruiserweight WBSS tournament back in the day with Alexander Usyk, Morad Gassiev, Marco Huck, Dorticus, and them boys. You even had Mike Perez in that bad boy. That I'm talking about, it was Vladicek. I mentioned Brightus. I mean, it was just everybody. It was the who's who, so that was awesome. But other than that, Andre Ward's Super Six back in the day, you had Ward, Jermaine Taylor, Kessler, and Carl Froch. And you had your boy Arthur Abraham was in that bad boy. That was a pretty good one, too. But other than that, man, WBS tournaments was awesome for sport, but people don't want to see the best. So the guys that are coddled don't want to get in those tournaments. And so you saw that it didn't gain any legs because people were against it. So people are going to be against Turkey or the She. Problem is, he has a boatload of money. So it's going to be hard. So you'll start seeing people complaining, seeing people crying, seeing people making up stuff. And when he makes a mistake, like he did running up in that fight with Hashish, telling him he's losing the fight, he's got to knock the guy out in the last round, you're not going to be able to make too many of those faux pas. That's going to be magnified. People are going to want you out of the business, Turkey. But bottom line is you handling your business and you making sure that we see some good fights. And I don't care what kind of league it is. As long as the best are fighting the best, that's all it is in sport. It should just be that. If somebody's a little nationalistic and love their fighter because they look the same as them, that's cool. That's cool, man. But, you got to be able to respect the other fighter, too, and be able to just say, man, if the other one's better, then it's better. And if yours avoiding them, then yours is avoiding them. Just, you guys are men, most of you, right? So you're supposed to be liking them as a sport person and nothing else. But anyway, I'm granting right now. Bottom line is, keep your eye on Turkey out of She and all of the stuff that's going to be happening. The people going to be complaining instead of just sitting back and enjoying what the man's trying to do for the sport. Check it out. It's going to be funny. Dome Sports Talk. Worldwide. Let's get our laugh on. And I'm up out of here, y'all.